Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adriana. I hope that the message you hear here may be helpful to you. If not, that's okay. Pass it along. It might help somebody else. So, yesterday I met up with a wonderful friend of mine. We go back years and we're very close and we're very dear to each other. And I like that we have just these stimulating conversations. We talk about life, we talk about work, we talk about family, you know, problems that we're both facing. And I was asking about, family, how so and so, you know, and he brought up a relative and was talking about the dynamics, and I was like, okay, and stating that they're not very evenly yoked as far as, one does a lot of the hard work while the other one idles. Of course, there's other underlying issues there, but I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. And I said, and he was talking about maybe the other person that's doing all the work is probably very unhappy and frustrated. And I said, I'm sure that's a lot of responsibility to carry for one person to take care of a complete household, go out there in the workforce, and come back and deal with the same, issues and circumstances. And I was saying, my thoughts, because I know all of the people spoken about personally. And I was just putting my thoughts, saying maybe the reason why the person that does all the hard work doesn't leave the relationship is because I know the background. They didn't come from a very good background family wise. And so I said maybe being married into this family gave them a sense of belonging and gave them a sense of being grounded and having like people to belong to, a family group. And my friend was agreeing with me. He said, yeah, you sound like that sounds right. And I said, and I, speaking from Adriana, I think the complete opposite. I I'm very strongly structured, and I'm really grateful because my upbringing was very different. I was given a very strong work ethic, and I was given a very solid platform where saying you can do anything you want to do. Go out there and make it happen. Anything that a man could do, you can do. And this was on a base where don't limit yourself because you're a female. Don't feel like you can't do it. And this is not about, sexism. This is way back when I was a teenager, different times. But it was giving me an understanding of not living myself when it comes to education and work and how far I can go in life. So it brought me back to now, and I was stating to a friend um, that, you know, that the person was going to just stay in the relationship because they have a need of acceptance and being part of a group, being a part of a family. And I guess I grew up very different, like I said, where I don't need a sense of belonging because I told them about my decisions and I chose happiness and peace and letting things go. I did think them through, and he was in agreement with me. He was stating, you're right. Because I told him your peace, and the self love, it doesn't come when you're unevenly yoked and you're somewhere where you just want to fit in and belong. I understand that perspectively, but I can't really relate to that because like of my upbringing. It was very just implanted in me to have a really strong work background and to be self-reliant. Get yourself up there in education, make it, and you'll be fine. You'll remain afloat, and you'll do good financially, and you'll be well and stable. And so, like I was telling my friend, it's sad that this individual is willing to be uneven, unyoked, and do a lot of the hard work to belong. Like I said, I understand that looking from the outside. I personally wouldn't do that. I couldn't go out there, do all this hard work while somebody wants to lay pretty. But I know the circumstances. I'm just using this as an example. Because, like I said, I know the dynamics of that story. And that's why I was open, to put in thoughts so we can, what are your thoughts, to my friend. But with me, I rather choose peace and happiness, over staying bound and stuck because I want to belong to a group or a family dynamic. Um, and I've done that, and I'm a better person for it. I feel like I'm doing well off. And like I even told my friend, I've been single for a good while. And I told him when I meet the right person that will be at an equal dynamic with me, that will be an even partner with me, and is of right mind with me, and that is very compatible. I told him, that's going to be dynamite. That's going to be super rad. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for, I'm not wanting something that's uneven, that we won't make sense to each other on a mental level, on a physical level, and definitely on an economic level. I work really hard and I've come very far, but it wasn't from staying home, eating bonbons, and looking at telenovelas all day. That's a spare thing, but I really don't even watch, I don't even own a TV. And so with me, I love having fun in my own way, my own time. And so, yeah, I was talking about like that dynamic stinks, when I was telling my friend about, like the unevenness of a relationship. And because that person's choosing to stay because they want to have a sense of belonging, since their background was not very positive and it wasn't good. But like I said, coming to Adriana, that's why I stayed alone, because I'm working on me. I'm right now just building up and structuring, my baddie self. So when that right person comes into my life, my world, that will be a perfect mesh. And my friend was like in agreement with me. He was like, that's really cool that you're thinking like that. And he likes that, you know, I have this like dynamic of what I want and a give and take that is very equal. Because I've told him, um, I'm very, well rounded. I'm very, strong minded, but I'm still a sweetheart. You know, I'm still gonna be a gentle lover. And it's funny because I was even telling him, even being, really, really soft spoken, really nice to people, I've been really misjudged. And he was like, I can see that. He goes, because he knows me personally. He goes, I can see why people would just mistake you. And I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure people have had their thoughts of me because they don't have a clue of what goes on in here and what's definitely in here. And so, of course, yeah, they're going to think, you know, yeah, this girl has a really hefty brain on her. And so that's why me and my friend, we enjoy each other's company, because that's one thing I really enjoy is stimulating conversations. And so, like I was saying, this unevenness, like in a relationship, I just find it very unfortunate because I know it's common with some people. And with me, like I want a very different dynamic where we're both, you know, I'm a powerhouse. I want you to be at my level. You can't be at a beginner level when I'm, skyscraper, a very tower moment in my life. And so I like that my friend was in agreement with me, and that he was like, yeah, he goes, you're a gem. And he said, just be, and I told him I'm impatient. I got nowhere to go. I'm still living like my happy little life. And so, yeah, I told him I want to be just as even with my dynamic other half when I do meet him, where I don't have to struggle because I'm carrying the whole weight, you know, of the other individual. I won't do that to myself. And I can't sacrifice myself for a person like that, because in your mental well-being, you're sacrificing that too. Your physical being, you're sacrificing a lot of yourself. Where if it was flipped, the other person most likely won't do that for you. So we had an awesome, lunch meeting, and I thought this would be a wonderful idea to make as a video. And I hope you found this, useful. And if you didn't, that's okay. Pass this along. It might help somebody else. Until next time.